So I tried my first P Cup. Today we're on Watkins Glen. You already know the cup. We get that green light, we get an amazing launch. We immediately had to make a quick decision and bounce to the left hand side of car number 22, and that worked out amazing for us, giving us a lot of space going into turn number 1. I have no idea what it is about this turn 1, but in this Porsche it scares me every single time coming through here. But we get through there with no problems, and out of all my videos this had to be one of my best starts, so we for sure improving. As we make our way up this ease, car number 8 gets a little bit wider than I'm sure he intended, scraping the wall, causing his car to slow down a little bit, allowing us to catch up here on this long straight. So we're going to get side by side with him here, and my plan here was to kind of just feel him out, see what he does. I was honestly hoping that he would hit the brakes way harder and back out of this, but he definitely let his nuts hang here as he zoomed through this inner loop. I kind of backed out of there because I didn't want to get taken out on lap number 1, but it is what it is. I always try to tell myself you cannot win a race on lap 1, especially in this Porsche Cup car. I'm not gonna lie, but this car has cold tires. It is one of the most scariest cars to drive, because it feels like every single turn you make, you're just gonna spin out. And by far for me, this Porsche Cup car is one of the most challenging cars I've driven on iRacing. It's like you get in the car, you have cold tires, you're sliding all over the place. Then finally your tires warm up, you get a little confident, and all of a sudden your tires are gone. You lose all grip. It's like I can't even explain it, but it happens to me every single time. Please drop down in the comment section and let me know if I'm just bad or does everyone have that problem. But let's get back to the race. As you can see, we're coming across turn number 8. Car number 11 decides to show his face as he's coming in super hot. He takes an extremely wide line, completely cooking my line, but as you can see, he goes a little bit too wide, getting some tires into the dirt, almost spinning out. I swerved so crazy out the way trying to avoid this guy, because I've seen so many times of people hitting grass, swerving, and just coming completely on the other side of the track, just completely taking out me. It happens so much. I could honestly probably create a 2-hour montage of people just destroying me off of them spinning out, coming, sliding across the entire track, boom, smacking me. But we're gonna come across lap number 2 here. Car number 7 and 8 not following COVID protocols, getting too close to each other, spinning each other out, giving us 2 free positions, putting us now in P6. We started this race off in P10 and now we're in P6 on the second lap. We honestly had a super clean lap 1, hoping we can do the same here on lap 2, but we're gonna skip ahead to a little bit later here in lap number 2. As you can see, car number 14 has his lawnmower out as he's chopping down all the grass here on turn number 6. But we love to see it as we zoom by here on the right hand side of him. That puts us now at P5. Making that pass kind of forced me to take a much tighter line than I wanted to, but we end up taking that line with no problems. So not too much is going to happen here for the remainder of lap 2 going into lap 3. So we're just going to jump ahead to the end of lap 3. Just a little bit closer to car number 18, Alex. Still going to be holding down the P5 position. And I'm not even going to lie, I would have been completely happy if the race would have ended right here. Ever since I've gotten out of rookies, I've been fighting for my life in these races. But we're not doing too bad right now as we cross over into lap number 4. Back at this scary turn number 1 that I hate so much. And yeah, if you were wondering why I hate this turn so much, that's why. That was far from my first time doing that in these practice sessions that I was doing. But as you can see, I was panicking. I didn't know what to do. I was trying to get the car turned around. Everybody's passing me. I'm in neutral, stepping on the gas, completely discombobulated. But we finally get the car back on the track, and everybody and their mama has passed me at this point. And like I was saying, I honestly have no idea what it is about that turn number 1, but it gets me every now and then. In practice sessions after practice session, every time I would come around this corner, I would be so afraid because it just felt like I was gonna spin out every single time. And after all that put us right in P16. After all that hard work we put in to get where we were at, it was all for absolutely nothing. But we're gonna skip ahead to lap number 5 as we're a little bit closer to car number 16. And I ain't gonna lie, that crash hurt, but your boy still got some fight left in him. And I ain't gonna lie, if I spin out, that means everybody else can spin out. And you know we love to see chaos, and trust me, chaos is coming. We are back at it and immediately trying to apply pressure to car number 15, but he goes extremely wide, allowing us to just come on by. I don't think he was trying to stop me by any means. He just wanted me to get past him. We definitely weren't going to pass up that opportunity. And we are back at it. The boy is seeing red at this point. But we're going to jump ahead to a little bit later. It's still lap number 5 as we're a little bit closer to the guy in front of us. But as we pop out of turn number 10 here, we see smoke up ahead. And you already know what that is. That is chaos at its finest. And that is exactly what we needed. But let's go back and take a look at it because a lot happened here. So car number 3 and 17 unfortunately get net coated, pushing car number 3 completely off the track. But as he tries to gather himself and come back on the track, but there's still more cars coming. As car number 18 is beaming through here, he completely smacks car number 3 in the ass. But there's 2 more victims, car number 7 and car number 13. As car number 13 tries to avoid him, he completely smacks car number 7, taking out both of them. But as you've seen, they did a pretty nice dance routine as they both did the same exact spin. That was pretty dope, I ain't gonna lie. But you also know what else is dope? Me now being back at P9. We are back in this race. There is still hope for me. Also not selling in turn number 1, so things are looking super good for the boy. So we're gonna jump ahead to lap number 7, still holding on to P9 position, coming up on this infamous turn number 1, and it looks like turn number 1 has gathered another victim. As you see car number 17 off to the side here, but that is exactly what we need to see as we pick up the P8 position. But I'm not gonna lie, I originally thought it was over with, but it's only lap number 7 and a lot can happen between now and the end of this race. But let's skip ahead to lap number 9. We are much closer to car number 12 here. As we're going through the inner loop, we see this car going extremely wide here. So I'm like, oh, this is perfect. He's gonna have to go extremely wide on the back end. So I just take my normal line, zoom in on the inside, successfully making that overtake, pushing us now up into the P7 position. But trust and believe this is not gonna be the last time we see car number 12, as he definitely was not trying to give up that P7 position that easy. Coming down on turn number 6 as we get much wider than we really wanted to, allowing car number 12 to get a run on us. Coming up into turn 7, forcing me to take a much tighter line that I did not want to take, as he even tries to squeeze me in even more, even bumping me a little bit. But that didn't affect us much, but he has much more speed coming out of there. We even see a car parked on the side of the road. I told him he cannot park there. By the way, that is the same car that is in these chase clips. I guess when I recorded these clips, the guy changed his livery mid-recording session. I'm not sure, but it is the same car number 12. But back to the race, we still are in P7, even though he did pass me. That car that was parked on the side of the road was ahead of us. Therefore, him passing us kept us right in P7. But right now, we have to focus up because we have people right on our tail. Car number 7 is only 2/10 away from us, and I'm sure he's not planning on staying there for much longer. As we come up on this last turn here, I'm kind of taking a much tighter line to kind of play a little bit of defense on the guy behind me. As we're about to come up on the start-finish line, heading over into lap number 10. At this point in the race, we got about 5 more laps to go, so the thoughts of catching up to some people is slowly starting to fade away. My mindset is starting to switch over to I gotta hold down this P7 position. But we are closing the gap on car number 16 ahead of us, and I'm starting to think maybe if we stay in this slipstream, maybe we can get super close to him by the end of this long straight here. And then I do that, giving car number 7 the perfect opportunity to make a great run on me on this long straight here. But I'm not gonna lie, my mindset was I am not slowing down for nobody. I was committed on going through this inner loop here, holding hands with this guy. And as you see, we do a great job of not backing down, going through here, maintaining our position. I also had the thought in the back of my mind the first time we went through this inner loop here, I backed off, but this late in the race, I was not going for it, and it worked out in our favor. But we're gonna jump ahead to lap 11 as we're on this long straight here. We get a super clean run on car 12, and I tried to spice it up here a little bit by braking early and trying to slide in under him, but he did a great job by parking it right there on the apex, not allowing me to really have no option but to stay behind him. But we're gonna jump ahead a little bit. We're still in the same lap, just a little bit later in the lap, still in P7 as we're rounding the toe end of the boot. If you look up ahead, you see Lightning McQueen trying to get back onto the track, and this is going to be another free position that we pick up here, now in P6. But let's go back and check out and see exactly what happened to my boy. And it looks like he just got a little bit too confident, lost the tail end of the car, and completely spins out as the guy hits him right on the side of his door. That's super unfortunate, but I'm not mad at it. Free positions, I'll take those all day. And like I was saying, these P-Cup cars are no joke. It's honestly like you have to be locked in at every single turn. Sometimes in these other cars, you can shut your brain off and go in cruise control. But I'm not gonna lie, in this car, I have to be 100% focused on everything that's going on. But as of right now in this race, we finally got a little bit of a breather. The car behind us is 1 second away from us, but we are not letting our foot off the gas. As you can see, we are applying a crazy amount of pressure to car number 12. We get a great exit on the last turn here. Car number 12 not so great, giving us much more speed down this straight. Then he completely misses his brake marker, allowing us to slide right here on the inside, picking up that P5 position. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like I fought tooth and nail to get back here, but we've been putting down some pretty good laps, driving consistently, getting a lot of help from others drivers crashing. But that happens a lot in iRacing, and I'm not mad at it. And there goes another one as we pick up P4 now. During this race, the iRacing guys were definitely looking down on me, and I'm not the complaining type, so I will happily take these free positions. As we jump ahead to the tail end of this last lap, still holding down the P4 position. The next car behind me is 2 seconds away, so I'm feeling super good right now. We started the race off in P10, worked our way up to like P8, crashed, went back down to P16, got back into the race. Now we're going to end the race at P4. Who in their right mind can be mad at that? It's a W in my book. As we make this last turn here, hopefully we don't sell. Alright, we made it through there. This is going to be a P4 finish, mind you, in my first ever official P Cup race. But that's going to be all for your boy. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. If you enjoyed this one, give it a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.